Alright, so in this video we're going to be looking at how we can create our own tutorials. I mean step by step to be posted to YouTube, TikTok, or any other social media platform that you know. Regardless of the instrument that you play, after watching this video you should be able to make your first video. So let's delve into the tutorial ASAP. In everything, preparation and planning really matter. So here we need to clearly define our audience. Are we shooting the videos to beginners, intermediate players, or advanced players? Here we are supposed to tailor our lessons or direct our lessons to the specific audience whom we are shooting the videos to. Now, after defining your audience, you need to choose your niche. So here is where you focus on what you are passionate about. If you play keyboard, you can choose to teach about how to run on the keyboard, some basic course that you can teach based on your audience. If you are teaching about drums, you can teach about some drum techniques, drum rolls, and other stuff that is much corresponding to your audience. If you are teaching about bass guitar, you can teach about some bass guitar techniques, some riffs, you understand? So depending on the instrument that you are playing, that's where you need to focus on based on what you are very good about. For every content or for every topic that comes into your mind that you want to shoot video about, that someone has already done a video about it already. So how do you do? As a beginner, just go in there, watch that video, or just find inspiration from that topic. In that case, it makes your work very easy. You just correct what he did. So for instance, you can come into my channel. I made a video about a passing chord. As a piano tutorial guy, you can just watch that video. After watching the video, you just take that concept that I taught. You will not teach the same thing, but instead you just correct the mistakes that I did and just create a new tutorial about that. That is a very simple way of getting new content every day. If you're having some followers already, then in that case you can ask your community or you can ask your audience by simple posts, asking them what exactly they want you to teach them about. In that case, you know what exactly you're about to teach them, and you prepare a lot before you start shooting that video. Now let's talk about equipment or hardware stuff that you need in order to start shooting your tutorials. If you are someone who plays piano, meaning that you will need a keyboard for your tutorials. If you play a bass guitar, meaning you need a bass guitar to display to your audience. The second equipment that you will need is your camera or your smartphone. You can see this video that I'm shooting. You are seeing a video aspect of it, and I have an audio aspect of it. When it comes to the video side, we need a camera or a smartphone. So if you are starting afresh, I will advise you to go in for normal smartphone that has a very good video quality for the startup. As you progress and you get some coins from your videos, you can then upgrade to cameras. Okay, now you have your camera, you need a camera stand. So the camera stand is just to stabilize your video. Okay, if you use your hand to shoot the video, there will be this kind of unstabilization in your video, so you need a tripod stand to hold either your camera or to hold your smartphone for you. Having something to cater for your graphics, you need a device that will help you to get good audio signals. In that case, we need to go in for external microphones. Okay. You can't rely on the sound or the signal coming from your mobile phone or your camera. Instead, you need to go in for a microphone. After getting this microphone, where the magic actually happens is connecting it to your sound card. It's serving as intermediary between your external microphone, your instrument, and your computer. So mention of sound card, meaning we need a PC for our GS. Okay, so you can have a desktop you can also have a laptop. Okay, that's cool. If you are using Macs, that's also cool. So the reason why we need our PC or laptops is just to install some softwares so we can connect our sound card to our PC. For instance, if you are someone shooting piano tutorials, it means you need to have a desk or a table where you place your keyboard on top, so you have that flat surface. Okay, so the desk is just to help you organize all the stuff that you've bought. Okay, so if you're having your microphone, at least you can go in for a microphone stand that can hold your microphone for you. I'm using a microphone clamp stand. Okay, it's just being clipped to my desk so that I can have a stable microphone. Now I'm having this gadget here. Look at it. So this is more like a phone holder. Now this part is where holds the phone tight. Okay, this part holds the phone, and the other end is more like a clipping thing. Okay, so I use this part to clip to my desk. So I point it this way. If I'm shooting the video, I point this phone holder this way just to look onto my keyboard directly, so I'm having that sense of vertical position. So the camera is here pointing to my keyboard direct. That's for piano tutorials, and this part clipping to my desk. Okay, this is what I use to shoot my piano tutorials. Okay, so if you don't know, I've shown you. Now we've got everything that we need to know when it comes to the hardware stuff that we need for our tutorials. Let's quickly delve into the software side, what actually we will need in order to make our video shooting successful. When it comes to the softwares, we will first need a DAW. This is what we call digital audio workstation. You have a lot of them. You have Cubase, you have FL Studio, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, Mixcraft, a whole lot of these stuffs out there on the internet. Just check for one and use it. Okay, currently I'm using Cubase 14 for my tutorials. Now this is what the DAW does. As I've connected my sound card to my PC, you know, my sound card, this example of a sound card, if you don't know. So this is a sound card right here. Okay, this is input, this is input. For instance, if I'm shooting bass guitar lessons, I'll connect my bass guitar here and connect my microphone here. You see that? And this part is, you see, this is the printer port here. So I connect a cable from here to my PC. In that case, all the signals going through the input, I'll have control over them in my DAW. So the DAW, for instance, the Cubase, if I connect this one to Cubase, all the elements going through the input, I'll have control over them. So I can record my bass and afterwards put some effect on it. I can record my microphone and put some effect on it. Okay, so that's why you need a DAW to, have overall control over your audio signals. And also when you're shooting tutorials, you know, I take my video separate and take my audio separate. So as soon as I'm recording my video, the same time I'm recording my audio. As soon as I hit on record on the camera, I hit on record in my DAW. So they are being recorded at both ends simultaneously. That's how I do record my stuffs. Okay, so that's by the help of the sound card and the DAW. Also, we will need a video editing software. In this case, you have Adobe Premiere Pro, we have CapCut. This is a free version, but at this point I would advise you to start watching tutorials about how to edit videos. Okay, so I'm just explaining the software that you need. After this, I'll dive into how I actually shoot my video. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you like the video, comment anything that you can, subscribe and share this video as well. After having your video editing software for your video editing, you also need what? You need a software that you can use to design your thumbnails. For the thumbnails, if you don't know what it is, for instance, if you go to YouTube, this picture frame that you see before you click on the video, that is what we call the thumbnail. So all these skills, you need to learn them on YouTube. Okay, you have a lot of tutorials out there teaching you how to do all these stuff that I'm mentioning here. So you can go in for a software like Canva. It's a free editing software. You can go in for Adobe Photoshop. You can pay for that one and use. If you are an advanced user, you can use Adobe Photoshop. Okay, currently I use Adobe Photoshop for my thumbnails editing. Let's assume you want to shoot a tutorial where you want to record your PC screen. Okay, sometimes you might want to shoot videos where you want to display what is going on your PC to your audience. In that case, you will need a screen recording software. Okay, in that case you have a lot of options out there. You can go in for OBS, it is free. You can go in for Streamlabs. I'm currently using Streamlabs for my screen recording. So this is how I do get my content being arranged. Okay, so you can just download ChatGPT. It's very common and it's free. You can go to Play Store, App Store, search for ChatGPT, download and install it. So let's assume I want to shoot a video about how to play passing chord on piano. So I just go in there, search, give me a tutorial script on how to shoot a piano tutorial on passing chord to my YouTube audience. This is just example. So give me a script step by step on how to shoot such kind of tutorials. With that, ChatGPT is going to generate a whole script that you can amend it to your preference and use that in your tutorial script. That's how you get your script for your tutorials. Now let's talk about the actual filming process. This is where the magic happens. So let's take this video that you are watching, for instance. How do I came out with this video? So as you are watching me right now, you are seeing the visual part of this video. With that, I'm using my camera and it is standing in front of me, being placed on a tripod stand. That's how I do record my video. I'm recording my audio signal straight into my DAW. That's these two monitors that you see behind me. That's their job. Okay, I'm recording the audios at the same time. So the video is coming from the camera and the audio is coming from my DAW. My microphone picking up the sound from here. Okay, the audio I record them separated my DAW. I record the video in my camera. After everything, I create a folder on my PC, bring all these stuffs in one place and import them into my video editing software. So when I bring them into my video editing software, I make sure I synchronize the sound coming from my camera and a sound from my DAW. That is the cleanest sound. If you rely on the camera sound, it has a lot of noise. Okay, I make sure the sound coming from my microphone matches the sound from the camera. Then I mute the sound from my camera. Now I'm having only the sound coming from my DAW. That's how come you hear the cleanest sound from this video. This is where you cut the part you don't need in the video. This is where you add some sound effects. This is where you add some titles. You understand? So for this, you need a video editing skills, and that one I can't teach you here. You need to go to YouTube. There are a lot of tutorials about that already. Just watch one and it will be a blessing. Okay, when I'm shooting the video, I have to make sure I'm having a good light system. Okay, so I'm having one light here. I was supposed to place one light at the other end, but for some reasons I'm maintaining this one. Okay, so that's just to give me that clarity. Okay, that facial lighting. Okay, now at this point you have some ideas to step on it, to start creating your YouTube content, to start creating your TikTok content. So when it comes to editing your YouTube videos, we use 16:19 aspect ratio. When it comes to editing TikTok videos, we use 9:16 aspect ratio. If you don't know about all this stuff, just go to YouTube, search for what I've said here. You have a lot of videos about that, because YouTube videos are in this widescreen format, but TikTok videos are in portrait. So you need to cater for all these stuff when you are editing and exporting your videos. Okay, so at this point I'll advise you to like the video, comment anything that you can. Also, you can share this video to any of your friends who have the passion to shoot tutorials. So at this point, consider subscribing. Follow me on all my social media platforms. See you then.